Oh, that's hot. Whoa.
Fuck, I touched my lips again.
Okay, I'm not having fun anymore. That's hot.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Clover Trading YouTube channel. My name is Margot, better known as the Clover Marketing Girl, and I'm now here in front of the camera to go through the ringer with the Clover boys and interview them in a way that they have never been interviewed before. And today, I'm joined here with Huddie, also known as Mike Huddie, the pioneer of day trading penny stocks, as some know, or others just know him as someone who has a bunch of fake accounts on Instagram trying to follow them.
Hey, excited to be here. Not sure how much of a gauntlet this is gonna be for myself. I feel like I can handle spice pretty well, but obviously I've never been tested, so let's see how this goes. I'm really excited.
Amazing. So we're gonna start off with our first swing of the interview. We're starting off nice and easy with the classic hot sauce. You know what, this is my last one. I'm going out with a bang. I'm just gonna dump and drench.
I'm pouring.
Yeah.
It's a little messy.
Show me the pour.
We got some good porridge.
That's a skimp, all right.
That's all I have left.
Cute.
Okay.
Yeah? How do you like that?
Not much flavor on that one.
What some people might not know is that one of your first jobs was a door-to-door salesman. And I'm curious to know, how do you think that experience, going door-to-door, selling contracts that you were selling, was it like phone contracts?
It was electricity contracts.
Electricity contracts. How did that experience kind of translate over into what you're doing today?
I don't think I'd be successful as a stock trader without door-to-door sales. Like, it actually had a lot to do with my growth and just my perspective.
Okay.
One of the main things I always comes back to from door-to-door sales that reminds me of day trading is just the idea of working and not getting paid for your efforts.
Yeah, okay.
So there, you know, I did door-to-door sales in Canada, negative 40-degree Fahrenheit weather. Like it was hair on the chest for this little Los Angeles boy. You know, there were days where I'd knock in this severe weather and I'd go home, I didn't make $1, but I worked 9 hours a day. And in those 9 hours, what was more important than not making money was the idea that you had to try. So even if you are getting denied, even if it is cold, and I'm talking blistering cold, you have to keep a positive mindset. Because if you're walking on the streets with your head down, slow pace, unconfident, no one's gonna open the door, let alone hear you out.
Totally.
You know, so you had to block out all the noise in order to achieve your goals, in order to get a sale.
Build that confidence to even get up out the door.
And that can be so true for trading, whether you're on like a losing streak and you might not have confidence, but like fake it because you've been here before. You have written the deal, you have gotten the deal, you know how to do it. And oftentimes our mind gets in our way, you know, haven't made money, keep losing money, and you can get really down on yourself and you wanna quit. And I think a lot of people in day trading specifically, like they quit before they reach the promised land because either they don't have the right perspective of long-term trajectory, or they can't deal with the downswings. Like it's too emotional for them. So I think day trading built that up from square one, you know, and like I didn't do that purposely when I started day trading, but I think that really helped me just be okay with, you know, I wasn't profitable for 2.5 years.
Okay.
So it took me a really long time to start finding consistency.
Yeah.
And at 2.5 years, I had to stay positive. And I had to survive. Without day trading, without door-to-door sales, I don't think I would have.
The zesty lemon pepper.
Zesty lem?
Yeah, it's like the dark green one.
Okay, color's a little scary.
Yeah, why is everyone scared of the green sauces?
This one's just
it's the red that you should be scared of, in my opinion.
They're all red.
Except for the green ones. Are different. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that one has some kick. That's interesting for number 2. We're already getting kick?
To me, it's just very like zesty and lemony. I can't pick up on the kick on this one.
Really?
Yeah, what do you feel when it hits your mouth? Because you like kind of felt that instantly.
I went tongue first. That might have been a mistake. I might not do that anymore. My tongue is dancing right now.
Yeah.
We're dancing.
Yeah.
We're salsa.
Yeah, this is just the appetizer. Some people might have seen some of your interviews, and one of the interviews that actually has gone quite viral was the interview about how you started, which was you put $20 into Robinhood and you made 4 cents. As someone who puts $20 into a platform like Robinhood and just makes 4 pennies, like how did you actually think, I actually might have something that's worth chasing for? Like it was 4 pennies, like.
Well, I think it was quite the opposite. In that moment, I wasn't trying to day trade.
Okay.
I think I'm just a personality that likes instant gratification.
Okay.
So I think just checking the account balance at the end of the day and seeing 4 cents on $20, I was like, how is this ever gonna grow? Even if I put that in like the best investment of the past 20, I mean, even if I put that in Bitcoin, it might be up a lot of money actually, but you have to really choose correctly and you have to be there as an early adopter. If you put money into the best hedge funds, your idea is to make 30% year over year. That's like if you're as good as Warren Buffett, which no one should consider themselves at the age of 21 years old, investing in penny stocks as good as Warren Buffett. You're never gonna hit those numbers, okay? 30% year over year over year. But that's because he buys good companies, he holds for a long duration, and that's not what I was doing in that moment. And I didn't expect myself to really do that because I wasn't really looking to read fundamentals, stay on top of companies, stay on top of trends, and continue to hold them forever. I saw the 4 cents and I said, damn, that's not gonna work. Where can I find big percent gains? Where can I find really good money? And from then I started to track every single stock that I had on a list. I had like 56 stocks on a list and I put them on an Excel sheet, and every day I would track them in my college undercalf. I would put down the open, high, low, close of every single stock. And I started to realize that I wasn't trading, but in 6 months of me just analyzing and watching, I noticed that some stocks move 100% in a day. And I said, well, if I could just get a piece of that move in one day, then I'm gonna beat Warren Buffett at 30%. I just need to get 30% in a day. And that's what kind of put me on to day trading, because I just saw such an opportunity. And from there, you know, I went on Twitter, I went on Google, and everything I learned is from Google. But I saw there were actually people that were in these stocks that moved 100%. And they had followings, they had reputations, they had systems, pattern, recognition ideas. And that's what really started me on the day trading journey. It was kind of found by accident, but it all came from the idea that I'm not a long-term investor. If I am a long-term investor with a small account, like no one with a small account should be a long-term investor, in my opinion, because it's really hard to make decent money off a $20 account, even a $100 account. Like, what are you gonna do with that? You know, 30% a year, it's 30 bucks. 30% of $20 is $6. You're never gonna be a millionaire if you start from 20. But if you day trade, and maybe it's still hard to start from 20, I mean, that's really low. Again, that was just like test. But day trading, you can really grow at a $1,000 account at a good pace if you know what you're doing, if you invest in your education first and you really learn what you're doing. And even then, like again, like $1,000 compounded at 30% a year, and again, that's like assuming that you're doing as good as Warren Buffett, which you're not going to. It would take a very long time to grow that. So that's why I found day trading.
We are now moving on to the Curry Verde La Pimenteri. A lot of the boys didn't like it, but
curry? I like curry.
I know, and I was like, but I think you're gonna like this one.
You think it's gonna have like a...
She's a chunky one. She's
a little chunky.
She's thick and chunky.
Curry.
It's giving Thailand.
It's giving India. Okay. It wasn't my favorite. Like, I wouldn't do it again.
Okay.
But I'm happy I did it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I find it really interesting that as someone who was living in Southern California and you had a really nice, comfortable life, like it's beautiful. We all know Southern California is a really nice place to live. And you actually said, I'm gonna throw all of this away and I'm gonna move to Arizona to live with Roland Wolf so that you can really start to take trading more seriously and kind of be around someone who does that all the time. What exactly prompted that decision for you to just leave everything behind, move to Arizona with someone you kind of barely know and learn something completely new? Like what exactly was going through your mind?
I really didn't know Roland at the time. I mean, we met at a Tim Sykes conference. He was a speaker and I was a speaker. He had made $1 million and I had made $250,000 at the time. This was maybe 2017. I think my whole life I've been taught that you need mentors in life. You're not here to create the wheel or reinvent the wheel. You're here to understand the wheel exists and just try to recreate it, like try to mimic it. And that's what I did with door-to-door sales. And I had a really good mentor who I was able to follow his guidance, you know, whether it was just selling or just like principles of life and how to manage yourself outside of the workforce. You know, it's not just about what you do within your day-to-day, it's about how you compose yourself at all times. Roland was someone who I saw as a mentor. He was older than me, he had a family, he was, you know, 4x more profitable than me. And he had a very similar personality to me. We really got along the first time we met. It was almost like fire immediately, right? I saw him when I got out of the car. We dapped each other up. We went to dinner that night. We bonded on a lot of topics. And it was literally that night that I said, hey man, you know, I'm in San Francisco at the time. I was just graduating college and I needed a trading accountability buddy. I needed someone else to branch ideas off of. And again, I was already successful in my own right. I already had $250,000 to my name. But he was better. He was good at things that I wasn't good at. And even going past like trading, like he was older and he had other wisdoms to pass on to me that were really helpful in the time. So yeah, I mean, it was within 24 hours, I said, hey, do you mind if I, come out to Arizona? I didn't move in with him, but I said, do you mind if I come out to Arizona? And he's like, yeah, I have an office. It's just me in it. You can join me. He was a long bias trader. I'm a short bias trader, predominantly.
Yeah.
We were never in the same place. When he was long, it wasn't like I was fighting him short.
Yeah.
He had his day, I had my day. When he was done with his stock, usually the next day was my turn to short it and bring it back down to where he bought it. And it was this really nice, like it was compatible.
Like a yin and yang.
That was a yin and yang, exactly.
Yeah.
It was ping pong. He pinged, I ponged. And so he was definitely a mentor to me for 2 years, and that's why I moved to Scottsdale. I mean, it was, if you had told me in 2017 you're gonna live in Scottsdale, Arizona next year, or Phoenix, I would have said, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Why would I ever move there? It's hot.
Yeah.
And then I got there and I was like, whoa, this place is beautiful. It's hot for 3 months. But I got family in LA. I could leave for the summer months.
Yeah.
So I can make it work for me. And it is hot in the summer. It is, like, I underestimated how hot it was. Like I tried it for like 3 days, I left. You really have to be born there to be used to that kind of heat.
Yeah, this is number 4. It has a mix of chocolate and...
Chocolate?
Yeah, chocolate.
Chocolate?
And ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper. Yeah. I might have put
So go easy on it.
I might have put too much.
Talk to me. Flavor
It's
profile.
delicious.
Do you really like it?
Oh my
None
God.
of us liked it. We all took one bite. We're like, yeah, that's not for me.
Wow.
Do you really like it?
I love that one.
Stop it.
It's kind of sweet. Kind of reminds me more of habanero than ghost pepper. Not that I really know what ghost pepper is, but it reminds me of habanero. So it's got that sweet habanero taste to it.
Yeah.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah. We're
But
kicking
good.
it up.
I like it.
Of all of the Clovers, you're probably the one that travels the most. So from yacht trips to the Galapagos to partying in Mykonos all summer, how do you find a balance to travel and trade?
Well, I think one of the main reasons I got into trading was to travel.
Okay.
Have financial independence.
Yeah.
Not have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Trade when there's opportunity and if there's opportunity. I mean, again, it's all about perspective, about why you got into the game.
Yeah.
What's your why? What's your purpose?
I love that. What's your why?
What's your why? And so that was always a dream of mine to make that happen. You could talk about some of the other Clovers like Dom and Kellogg, and like they don't want to travel. They want to be at their stations trading. That wasn't really for me. Like I really wanted to be that person that was, on vacation and, and one day make enough money to pay for the whole vacation. That was the original vision and idea.
Okay.
The vision and idea is not the same as reality.
Yeah.
It's not easy to travel and trade.
Yeah.
When you come out of your environment, when you come out of your normal trading station,
Yeah.
far less screens, far less tools, far less, real estate space, which is just like screen space. You're handicapped.
Yeah.
You can still trade well, especially if there's like you have easy money setups, you have gimme setups, and then you have like more complicated things that you kind of have to like, sift through, do some research, and like kind of it's more like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. But some of these trades are layups, and you know what your layups are, and you know what your 3-pointers are. I kind of took the approach where when I travel, I don't necessarily want to trade. Like I don't have to trade. I run my scans at night. I make my watch list. Most nights, there's nothing too unique or special that I'm like, this is A+, this can really move the needle in my account. I really want to, A, either ruin my next day because I take a huge loss, or B, ruin my next day because I'm sitting there trading and I'll make a huge win, but like I lose the day while I'm traveling.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to make that sacrifice. I mean, there was a time where me and you had a vineyard trip planned in Tuscany, and I stayed back because there was a big trade that I wanted to trade, and the vineyard tour was at the same time as market open. So it is a trade-off.
Yeah.
And it's an ability to identify what is worth that trade-off.
Correct.
I'm not going on vacation and trying to trade every day. Most days, when I'm not on vacation, I'm not trying to trade every day. I really want to identify the situations that are easy and can make a difference in my account. And so when I go on these vacations, I still bring my laptop. I run scans, but only if something really good comes up will I actually sit down at the bell and trade that setup or look for that opportunity. Because it's hard to go from vacation to non-vacation.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the next wing. We've just made it down just about the half. We're at number 5, which puts us to everyone's favorite hot sauce, except for Kyle's, of course, Los Calientes Rojo.
Why didn't he like it?
Because it's spicy, but everyone else loved it.
Let me say everyone
This
else.
is the one
that
that
just
when
and Dom?
well, I guess, right? But you saw Dom when you walked in and he was like, I'm gonna keep eating the rest of all my wings with this hot sauce. Talk to me.
Yeah, definitely. It's got like a Spanish fusion to it. I'm still certain that this is habanero and not ghost pepper.
I'm gonna read the
Los
label.
Calientes. I want some chicken and waffles, and I had to put that on that. It reminds me of Roscoe's. Oh, that's good. Spicy.
You like it?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what is the worst thing that a trader can do in their first year of trading?
Probably not invest in their education. I truly believe that if you don't get educated by someone that you know their track record or is transparent, and it's not just like alerts, it's like they explain their plays to you. If you don't invest in your education, then you will give your money to the market and you will lose that money regardless, because there's always a learning curve, especially when you're dealing with something so capital intensive as day trading or just stock market, right? I think that's the number one thing is like beginners like want to get in, they want to play like it's for real, they want to be like the big guys, they want to make a bunch of money, they want to get rich quick. And really, like, you've heard me already say it, like I spent 6 months watching the market before I even thought about what I wanted to do with the market.
Wow.
And I feel like most people day one just kind of jump in, they're full size, they have a bankroll, they're trying to grow it, they have all these like expectations of what they can and can't do, and then they're not fully educated about what can and can't happen in the market.
Right.
Because a lot can happen in the market. You know, there's a lot of user error, there's a lot of market error, there's a lot of broker error, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. So I think starting slow and starting with an educated background is already a huge chip on the shoulder for someone's first year.
Ever dreamed of trading like one of the Clovers? Well, it all starts with the right broker. Clover Trading and Centerpoint Securities have teamed up to supercharge your trading experience. By joining Unlock the Power of CP Edge exclusively with Centerpoint. We're talking top-tier trading tools worth over $6,000, all at your fingertips. Get ahead with real-time scanners, cutting-edge news, and a tailor-made trading journal. Experience trading like never before with superior short inventory, personalized support, and interest on your idle funds. Plus, you can get competitive pricing that fits your trading style. Ready to elevate your trading game? Click the Clover Trading link in the description below to get exclusive deals with Centerpoint Securities. Now let's get back to the content.
We are now moving on to the Adobo Loco Jalapeno Chico.
This one scares me because jalapenos are like, they're sneaky.
This is where things start to get a little interesting in the lineup. Yeah, this row here is kind of like, it's a good time. It's a good time. Okay, here we go. Cheers.
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 Smoky. Hints of smoke.
It is very smoky.
Spicy. Good.
Yeah, she's no joke. Woo.
We'll see.
I just got a little like heat flash.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Yeah? Starting to get hot. You're very outspoken about other. Fuck was that?
I
I
was cooling off my tongue with the air. I was like making it move.
The breathing, the air actually makes it worse. Like it just like activates it. Like when you blow on fire and the fire gets bigger.
We're getting into the painful ones.
Yeah, it's starting to kick now.
Question?
Yeah.
Where's this guy?
Yeah, she's nice. You're very outspoken about other forms of income. What exactly interests you outside of the market in terms of diversifying your money and kind of, you know, finding other things to grow?
I'll tell you what scares me is keeping money in my bank account, losing money to inflation, making money just to make money.
Yeah.
Like those are all very dangerous topics because like once you realize-
You all said that. Making money just to make money is like,
And so I'm finding, you know, investment vehicles to put that money in so that it can grow while I do my day job, which is day trading and building a business and, you know, being a family and doing all these other jobs that I have. I am starting to get a little sniffy. My day trading is not really correlated to the market, and I have long-term investments that are very correlated to the market, and those things do swing with the markets. So that's enough exposure to the markets. What I'm trying to find now are things that are uncorrelated, like completely. Gold, Bitcoin, oil, they have correlations to the market. They might not be one-to-one. Some of them might be negative one-to-one, you know, inverse correlated, but they're still correlated. Bonds, still somewhat either inversely or perfectly correlated. I'm looking for zero correlation. Things that like, you know, if the market tanks or the market does really well, like has no effect on this investment. And that's true diversification, the allocation of your assets.
Yeah. Getting the eggs out of that one basket.
So I'm looking at things that like, there's like this general partnership stakes where I can own parts of football teams.
Oh, wow.
Right? So that's pretty cool. And like at the end of the day, like whether the market does well or not has no effect on football, right? Like American football. So that's gonna be my zero correlation. There's also private credit opportunities that I'm looking into, some funds that are lending other companies money. And these are more interest rate sensitive type investments, which you could probably bend the needle and say that it's correlated to the market, but I'd say it's more correlated to interest rates than anything.
Yeah.
And
different type of market.
There's opportunity right there because interest rates are high and liquidity is kind of tight and banks don't want to take exposure and risk. So private lenders will, because they can charge a little bit of an excess on the spread and make their their bank, and then diversify that back to shareholders who are giving them money to give to these companies and do the due diligence. So these are types of things that I'm like, okay, now that I have money, how do I get that money reinvested?
We're moving on to number 7. I swear to God, every time I get to this sauce, I just psych myself out so bad. I don't know if it's because I've seen the show so many times and I've tasted this and it never gets easier. It is the bomb evolution.
This one has a nuclear sign on it.
I know. And I believe it's because they probably came up with the recipe in Chernobyl.
Okay.
I don't understand why it's so killer. But let's get into it and let's get over it. Let's do it. Here we go.
This one doesn't
I'm like,
pour
she's
well.
so thick that I'm just gonna be here for a minute trying to get this out.
This one doesn't pour well.
Yeah.
At first, it was nothing, and then it became something.
Yeah. Yeah, she does that. She's deceiving.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
It's such a delayed reaction.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's hot. Whoa.
Fuck, I touched my lips again.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not having fun anymore. That's hot.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Get some milk.
He asked you said no, just beer. Okay, I'm gonna ask you the question while you're dying. So, I know you're trying, I can't breathe, hold on.
That's 7.
Yeah, it's stuck in my tooth and it's fucking burning my gums. Oh shit, you look worse than Kyle.
That's too much.
Okay. I don't know what to do anymore. I have oat milk. Okay, so,
Why is that one so bad?
so I know you're trying, I can't even think anymore. Okay, so I know you're trying to transition from discretionary trading to systematic trading. Why are you doing that and what are you learning about yourself in the process?
I don't think I'm trying to transition. I'm just trying to learn something new.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
What are you learning in the process? Quickly, give us the answer. Oh my God.
Let's make the pain go away.
Nothing will make it go away.
So, I've just found another approach to trading that is different than what 90% of people are taught. And I think anytime that you can go against the grain and not do what 90% of people are doing, you're gonna be in the 10% that are working. So I'm learning this new pattern, day one gap and craps, that I've never been able to do discretionarily, like picking a high of day and trying to size in. Whereas now that I have a systematic approach where like, I know where they're not going most of the time. And I know where they are going most of the time. I know my expected gain. It's quite easy to trade those in that systematic approach, but I still have. Whoa.
Yeah, it's coming. She builds up and she doesn't stop.
I still have discretionary patterns on the side. Like I'm still trading things discretionarily, just it's one specific setup that I'm not trading discretionarily, that it is purely systematic, that like I don't have to watch. I'm not there to read the price action. I understand these stocks are gapping up and they're gonna play their games. I don't wanna play their games. I don't wanna get caught in their games. I just wanna have a position that allows them to play their games, but at the end of the day, I know that they have to unwind their position. I know what it looks like in the price action when they do, and I know the end result. And I can have a systematic approach on that specific setup. Whereas I have other setups that's not too systematic, it's more discretionary of when to get in, what risk levels, what the patterns are. So I have them compartmentalized.
Nice, nice.
Oh my God, I don't want to do another one.
Yeah, I know, we're almost done. Watermelon ghost.
Nice, this one moves.
Yeah.
Is this worse?
Nothing's worse than the bomb. She's sweet and smoky.
The taste wasn't anything incredible. My wing got cold.
Yeah.
Now we really talked about that last one. We really let it.
I told you.
Dude, this one's like nothing compared to the bomb.
I think nothing is worse than the bomb, that's the thing. Do you have your favorite memory so far since starting Clover? It's been now a year and a half since you started Clover?
My favorite memories are always, I think, if I had more time to think about it, maybe I'd have a different memory, but I think they're always the boot camps.
Yeah.
I love so much, and I always have, is connecting with the community.
Yeah.
It's so cool to hear from the community. It's so cool to hear about people's achievements, their failures, their second comings, after failure, what brought them back up, what have they done, and just being able to again, trading is very you versus you.
Yes.
And it's very lonely.
Yeah.
You do know, chat rooms are great, right? And you know a bunch of people online, and to get to meet them in person, have a couple drinks with them or not, and just hang out and talk shop. I love it.
We're moving on to the last and final ring.
Dab.
Number 9, the last dab.
It literally says the last dab.
Yeah, it literally does.
The ones that don't move in the cup,
At all?
Like. This one moves.
Dairy Queen vibes?
No, this one moves.
This does not move at all.
All right, let's dab it up.
Cheers.
Adios, muchacho.
Come on.
That's another habanero taste. What the these ghost peppers, man?
Oh,
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't want it. Nowhere near me.
Okay.
It's in me.
So, for the last question, I'm gonna pull up an Instagram post of yours, and you're gonna give me a little bit more context as to what was going on. This is from from June 11th, 2019. Can you tell us a little bit about what is going through your mind? You look really stressed. You got something going on in your mind. What was going on here? You're contemplating about something.
I'm sitting in Milan.
Yeah?
Okay, this is maybe 2018 or 2019. And Beyond Meat had just IPO'd.
Oh, so that caption was real?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go back and you can check mark that date with where Beyond Meat is. It's the top. And I'm sitting there in Milan, traveling with my family at the time. Started my European, I go to Europe every summer for 2 or 3 months. And I'm sitting in Milan and I'm thinking about, it's not my normal penny stock. This is Beyond Meat. It's a $200 ticker. And I'm thinking, in the moment.
Oh God, I can't feel my stomach anymore.
I think Bill Gates owned a lot of these shares from a very low price, and there was a lockup period coming up. And I think that was like the fundamental thesis. And I was thinking I don't really know how to short this thing, but this thing IPO'd at a price, went higher, and then went even higher. I got up to 220, and I was like, this thing's gonna come down like a rock. If Bill Gates really does own shares where he owns them, and when the lockup period is ending, which means he can sell his shares, he'll be up a massive percentage, and he'll wanna sell. That's a really good return in a really short amount of time. So I was literally contemplating on that chair, and someone took a photo of me, how to short sell. Like, how should I do this? I knew how to short sell, but, whoa, that one was crazy. It wasn't my normal day trading mentality, it was more like a swing trade idea. So that's that photo, because I was really trying to figure out how to short sell. And we can see Roland Wolf even comments on that video. I know the comments, and he says,
You know the comments from 2019 on your Instagram post.
He says, overextended gap down is easier. But I think as a stock trader, it's not always about what's easier. You gotta push the limits.
Well, Huddie, you've made it through the Ring of Fire on the new series on the Clover Trading YouTube channel, Hot Stocks. So how are we feeling?
Yeah, well, anyways, from this one on, it was challenging.
Yeah.
These were like fun and playful. Okay. Well, this one I like the most.
The chocolate ghost pepper, the one that everyone hated, you
I
liked
loved
the
it.
most. That's
This
hilarious.
one was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, Da Bomb Evolution should quite literally be illegal.
And what I want to do is, I'd love to bring on some other traders. So write in the comments if there's a trader that you would love to see do this exact same thing with us, the Clovers, or Margot, of course. Let us know. Write their name down, and we'll call them out. We'll bring them on. And this has been fun. I really enjoyed it.
Well, Huddie, you killed it. 9 wings down through the Ring of Fire. Where can the people find you, and what can they expect from Clover?
Yeah, so we're live on Good Morning NASDAQ on YouTube at clovertrading.io, Monday through Friday, 8:45 a.m. You can see us there, and you can also check us out at clovertrading.io.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.